thank you very much for clicking on this video. While I still have the iClever Bluetooth keyboard and Logitech Ultra Thin Touch Mouse, I decided to see what kind of setup I can create to get most of these two devices. So what I will demonstrate is a wireless Linux setup using these two peripherals and my Note 9 and a couple extra bits. So let's start. Right, wireless Linux distro. Obviously my Note 9 has a DeX, so I can plug into my DeX hub, and I do have the DeX running without any problems. But let's say you don't really need to use a Samsung DeX for the tasks. You are more interested into a Linux capability, like using Userland and Linux and Andronix apps, which gives you a step-by-step guide how you can create the how to set it up, where to download it, etc., and to run a Linux distro on your Android device. I already covered obviously these two peripherals. If I'll remember, I will leave a link in the description below to a video about these two. And I already demonstrated the app that I'm about to use in this video as well, and it's called Andronix app. It's available for free on Google Play Store. It's free to use, but if you would like to have a bit of like a more modded Linux distro running on your Android device, obviously you can do that yourself if you are a Linux geek. Me, I know absolutely nothing about Linux, so I do purchase Ubuntu XFCE modded version, so that's the one we're gonna use in this video. Right, before we just jump in, I would like to let you know that the quality and everything is gonna be the setup and end result will be not super fast, but still I decided to demonstrate how this all working. So currently what I have and how I set this up, basically I'm going to use my Note 9 as the computing power, as this is going to be the main computer, main computing device. I'm going to use the iClever foldable Bluetooth keyboard to run everything and control this, and obviously Logitech Ultra Thin Touch Mouse going to be the input device, the point and click and etc. So right now I hope camera can pick it up. I'm going to use the iClever keyboard, unfold like this, and I already covered in a previous video, but it does have these kind of legs that opens up where you can put your phone in it. Here we go. So like this. So I'm going to put this one here. So this is going to be this part of the setup, and obviously mouse will be inputs to get this all working. Let me lower the camera a bit down. So here we are. That's the kind of thing going to be. So next step is get everything displayed on the monitor. So, okay, Google, turn on my monitor. So monitor is starting on, and what I did before recording this video, I connected Google Chromecast Ultra to this monitor. So what you see right now is my Google Chromecast Ultra connected to this. And what I'll do, instead of using any cables or anything, I'm just gonna screencast my phone to this monitor. So if we go to notification settings, notification drop down, and there's an app built in every Galaxy phone called Smart View. So Samsung way of screencasting the display. I'm just gonna choose this monitor, and in a matter of seconds, here we go. I do have the projecting my monitor, my phone to the screen. The Smart View has an option. If you basically, you're gonna get this kind of the bubble on the screen, as you can see. Okay, this kind of the blue sort of overlay bubble floating all over the place on your screen. If I tap on that, I'll get an option: pause sharing, phone aspect ratio, disconnect. So if I tap on a phone aspect ratio, it gives me two options. It gives me full screen or full screen on connected devices. So basically it means it's going to show full screen of the phone, or it's going to reduce and shrink the phone screen to accommodate all the monitor. So I'm going to say full screen on the shared device. So if I go right now back and I open the browser, if I open the browser and let's say type Reddit, so I'm just going to jump into a Samsung DeX subreddit group. Okay, so let's force the desktop mode, And if I will put this way in the landscape mode and I've put into this holder, I do have the full screen on my monitor wirelessly. So let's turn the keyboard on, let's turn the mouse on. So right now, obviously it's a bit why I'm doing this, because I already have a DeX, that's fine. But still, for quick browsing, etc., if you don't really need a full DeX running, but just a quick something to do, this is very usable. Right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to the main, back to home, and I'm gonna run Termux. So Termux is like app that allows you to run the basic command line Linux environment. I already have a Termux set up and already have Andronix Ubuntu container and everything already set up. And like I said, I already covered that. I will leave the link in the description below to a video where I'm just quickly setting up Andronix and Ubuntu. If I remember, I'll definitely leave a link below. So next thing, I got the keyboard running, so we're just gonna quickly I'm gonna stop the VNC server because I know it's running, so I just need to stop that, and we're gonna start fresh environment, and it gives me a couple of options. So start VNC with QHD, full HD, or just HD ready, or custom resolution import. Right, okay, so what I'll do, I'll try to run the first one. Usually when I'm running this environment, I always go into full HD or quad HD. I not tried this, to be honest, at the moment, so I'm gonna just go for first one and hope that it's gonna be detected and the resolution of the Ubuntu will be fine and will be full screen on this monitor. So I'm gonna go by the first one. We're gonna say just detect the resolution I'm connecting to. So VNC is running, so we're gonna go home and we're gonna run VNC app. So VNC app is running. I'm just gonna click on that, and yes, it's detected. And right now what you see in front of you is the Ubuntu distro running on my phone, but I'm screencasting my phone screen. As you can see, this is the phone screen, and obviously it's too small to be used for this kind of thing. But if I'm gonna screencast that to my monitor, I do get the Ubuntu container working, and obviously I can go and start using it without major problems. A couple of drawbacks, like I mentioned, I believe I mentioned in the beginning of this video, the quality of the stream is not the ideal, it's not the greatest. Second thing, audio and etc. This monitor do not have a speaker, so I don't really think that audio will be, well, I can test the audio output, but I think audio is going to be bad, to be honest. So we're just going to quickly go to Samsung DeX subreddit. Okay, doesn't exist apparently. Another thing, as you can see, the keyboard keeps popping up. It's because my phone just can't detect that I do have a keyboard. It's just constantly showing the other key. I know there is a setting to get this sorted, but to be honest, I just don't really have a time to actually go and try hunting down Samsung DeX. Right. Will I actually type correctly the word Samsung? Okay, and keyboard got stuck now. Brilliant. Okay, go back. So I'm trying to I misspelled Samsung again. Okay, so Samsung. Here we go, Samsung DeX. So we just jump into the server, and here you go. I can go and read and reply, etc., and everything's happening wirelessly. And because it's Linux distro, you can have certain apps, certain software running inside the Linux distro, like Visual Studio Code, GIMP, and Chromium browser, and etc. Obviously, you who knows Linux more about Linux than I do, you know how to get all this used. But this is pretty much the use. A couple of things, like I said, the quality is not the great. There is a slight input delay. Obviously, there is no input delay on my phone, but because the phone screen needs to be screencast to this ultra-wide monitor, it involves a slight delay of the mouse inputs. So if I go, for example, on here, and if I press click, it's click and minimize this window. It is half a second, maybe less, has the input problems. But pretty much this kind of setup is not bad at all. Let me try to see if I go, okay. And I do get a bit of a lag input, but it's wireless, what you expect. Wired always going to be faster than wireless. But this kind of setup, when you need it, you know that you're wherever you're going, and there is definitely a Chromecast device connected, you can obviously have this kind of setup. When you're done, close the phone, fold the keyboard, and grab the mouse, and off you go. When you're arriving, you're quickly setting everything up. Let's unfold the keyboard, unlock the phone goes in the dock, and boom, I have the Linux distro running wirelessly. Sadly, at this moment, DeX do not support wireless connectivity. I am trying to already contact a couple of companies who creating and selling and manufacturing certain products that might allow me to have a wireless DeX. At the moment, I'm trying to get a reply from them, so hopefully that's going to be sorted quite quick. But brilliant, I have no problems, nothing. It's amazing. I can use Linux wirelessly off my phone, and when I'm done, I just get everything disconnected and I'm ready to go home or wherever I'm going. I hope this video makes sense to you. This is one of these videos where I decided just quickly record, create, and just done it. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next one. Bye bye.